Hello everyone, Zellerant here, and for today's video I have something a little bit new for you guys today. And so for today I have a new game to talk to you about that has just entered pre-registration. That is the game Dragon's Traveler. So they have entered as of today, and I have a link to it in the description if you're looking to pre-register. And they will be having their first CBT on November 27th. And so with that, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the game, but first let's look at one of their promotional trailers they have for the game. Alright, I have the promotional video here, so we'll just go ahead and get right into it. And so the song is done by Ogata Yui, a voice actor. And so some background on the game is it's going to be one of your isekai games where you're the main character, as you can kind of see here, that's teleported into a world with a bunch of waifus. If you know a lot of the games I like to play, especially in the gacha realm, it's going to be the waifu games with a lot of fan service, which you're going to see a lot of within this game through this promotional trailer. And then one nice thing is it has a lot of comedic elements to it, as you can kind of see with a lot of it here. And all of them, whether good or bad, have the heavy fan service, as you can see. Yeah, I'll just kind of let the promotional video share to show a lot of the clips here. A lot of good cutscenes that you can see within it as well. Definitely has some good physics in there, as you can see. The song definitely has a really catchy beat to it as well. And there is a lot of waifus in the game. Having looked at it, there is a ton to gather and collect. And we'll kind of break down everything here after the video plays on all the resources that you will be getting at the start of the game. And as you can see at the very end of the trailer here, coming out November 27th, reward packed test will be open on that day. And so right off the bat, you have a bunch of them. Now, I've kind of tried the couple ones in the game here, which we'll take a look at here in a second. But overall, let's just go ahead. I'll have some B-roll going on in the background. We talk a little bit more about this here. And so with that, you may be asking yourself, what is Dragon's Traveler? And so like I mentioned regarding the story, it's going to be an isekai type story. So you're going to have the main heroine that is going to get teleported into the world with the waifus. It's going to be a love and comedy type deal. As you can see, there's plenty of comedy in there. And so when it comes to the gacha systems in it, it is going to have many numerous benefits to it. On launch of the game, when it does come out, you will be getting 30,000 gems of currency plus 1,000 poles. And when you kind of take the equation of how much that actually is going to get you within the games, it's going to be 50 poles or less when you're going through the gacha system to acquire one of the premium characters that they have out. So with 1k poles, you're going to be getting a lot of characters through the game. And so they also have an AFK system so that if you've been not outside of the game for a little bit, you're going to acquire a bunch of pulls over time while you're away from the game. So there's no demanding and needing to play daily like you see with a lot of other gacha games. And to add on to that, the banners are going to have a 100% rate up on them. So you're not going to have to worry about a 50-50 system where you're going to be throwing away a lot of your pulls, getting characters that you no longer need. You're going to be guaranteed to get the rate up character. And with the pity being at 50 and them giving you 1,000 pulls at the launch of the game, you're going to be able to build up your account very quickly with a lot of waifus over time. And so when it comes to the gameplay mechanics of this game, or the gameplay cycle, it's going to be like you see with a lot of other gacha games, where your overall goal is to collect materials to develop your account. As you develop your account, you're going to then progress through the gameplay more to collect more materials to further increase your account all the way up through to the end game of the game. So very nice, easy development process like you see with a lot of others. And like I said, there has that AFK system, so you don't have to worry about having an on-demand playing it constantly to make progress within your account. And through the development process of increasing your account, one of the big things is that Protagonist is actually going to play an important role, as he is going to have the ability to transform into a dragon that has many abilities that you're going to be able to use to help out your waifus when it comes to combat within the game, granting various buffs that can influence your team's composition, and it's very differentiated on how the combat works. This also includes some summon skills, as well as interrupts, stuns, taunts, pursuits, enhancements, and debuffs, which adds a wide variety of ways that you can combat the enemies within the game based on the way it is set up. This also has an affinity system within the game, like you see with a lot of gachas, and you're going to be able to develop your harem of waifus through this. when you're not actively participating in the gameplay and going through the story, you can kind of go in there and hang out with your waifus and build up your affinity with them. And when we get into the kind of the development of creating your characters, one nice feature that they have is that you can take your higher tier characters that have you built up and reset them to revert them back to their original self and their star rating, which will then refund all upgrade materials you have invested in them. So you don't have to worry about too much wastage when it comes to building up your characters, because you will have the ability to reset and revert them and then use those resources elsewhere. So one of the big things is in the early game with that capabilities, you're going to be able to focus on leveling up your roles, increasing the star rating of your characters, and then unlocking different things throughout the game as you move through it. Once you get into the mid game, you're going to be able to enhance the overall strength of your lineup of waifus through their resonance system, where you'll have roles share levels and star ratings, similar to a lot of other games where you just level up a core group of people and then everybody else is going to level up alongside them. The role class changes and career paths will further strengthen and boost the combat power of the waifus. And then as you increase the protagonist's star upgrades and magic breakthroughs, you will also increase his strength as well. And so the late game account progression gaps are going to be widened through their artifact system, which is going to be like your equipment type system, your oath system, and equipment enhancement with stat re-rolling. To add, the game will also have many of the social systems you're used to within many gacha games, with a friends list, a guild system, so you can have a guild to work together on content, which includes guild exploration and guild boss raids. And that pretty much covers that. And so, as I had mentioned, pre-registrations are currently available for the game, and they will be having their first CBT on November 27th. And so if you like the waifu games, which I think a majority of my audience does, I mean, that's pretty much my main niche within the gacha games. Most of them are going to be the waifu collecting type games. And in this one is no different. You're going to have plenty of good fan services. You've probably kind of seen a little bit in the video clips there, as well as some great gameplay that you can have. Just your typical gacha grind of building up your characters, but also with a lot of the affinity systems, a lot of fan service in them. And the one nice thing is dealing with the polls. You're going to be getting 1,000 polls over the course of the launch of the game. And with the 50 pity to require to get the rate up and not having to deal with the 50-50 system, you're going to be able to acquire a lot of them very quickly and build up your waifu harem, to put it simply there. So it'll be fun to go ahead and try this game out when it comes onto a closed beta. But that'll be pretty much it for now. And I would like to thank the Dragon Travelers developers for the sponsor of this video. And if you like my content, if you can like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching, everybody.